Dear colleagues, dear friends, greetings from the United Nations. I'm Felipe Paullier, and it is a pleasure to be joining you today as the head of the United Nations Youth Office. The core focus of our mandate is to ensure that more young people are meaningfully included in decision-making spaces at every level, ensuring that all youth voices and perspectives are heard. Everyone has a right to participate in public affairs. The world today is home to 1.9 billion young people, and half of the world's population is under 30 years old. Many of them, almost 90%, live in developing countries. Yet, worldwide, young people remain almost invisible in policy-making and decision-making processes, as well as in positions of power. Young people's exclusion from these processes undermines the valuable contributions that they bring for the good of all people today and for the good of future generations. This is why a major focus of our work at the United Nations Youth Office is about promoting more meaningful, effective, and diverse youth engagement in all aspects of public life. In the words of young people themselves, it is time to move to action, and it is time to put meaningful youth engagement in practice. In September 2024, world leaders gathered here at the United Nations headquarters for the Summit of the Future, which really was a once-in-a-generation opportunity to enhance cooperation on critical challenges, to address gaps in global governance, and to move towards a multilateral system that is better positioned to positively impact people's lives. At the Youth Action Day of the Summit, our office, together with partners, worked with thousands of young people around the world to advocate for concrete commitments at the Summit of the Future. Through this intergenerational and multi-stakeholder convening, we brought together the voices and the expertise of young people from around the world, and we highlighted best practices of how partners are meaningfully engaging young people in their own work. At the summit, member states adopted an action-oriented Pact for the Future that has a full chapter focused on youth and future generations. This is an opportunity to see meaningful youth engagement become the norm rather than the exception across policymaking and decision-making processes. Putting diverse voices around the table is the only way to ensure we do not repeat or continue to perpetuate the past mistakes. I am hopeful that the key outcomes, the Pact for the Future, together with the Declaration on Future Generations and the Global Digital Compact, had both strong language and commitments from member states on meaningful engagement of youth that will turn into actionable policies at the national and at local levels. And just as important, our office stands ready to work with all of you to ensure that the commitments made during the summit come to a reality. From its inception, the UN was envisioned to unite stakeholders everywhere to tackle the world's greatest challenges. Now, more than ever, we need all stakeholders to join efforts in steering our world onto a more equitable, inclusive, and sustainable path. Today's younger generation will play a critical role in challenging the status quo and getting our world back on track to achieve the Sustainable Development Goals by 2030. Our common future depends on it. Thank you very much.